霍雨浩，或许这样跟你对话，你会放肆无恙。在你们得出自己的答案之前，是无法走的。
你真的以为他还能活着回来见你吗？我错了。
In the recent episodes of the anime Soul Land 2, things have become very interesting. The Valley of Emotions, also known as the Valley that Tests Love, is an extremely challenging trial for each of the Shrek 7 devils, and not only them. Huo Yuhao, Wong Choer, and Wong Donghua will especially stand out. They are faced with a choice between life and death. Huo Yuhao meets Tang San and undergoes an extremely exhausting trial. Interestingly, Tang San does not appear in his usual sea god attire, but instead looks more like his former self from the first world. He personally arrives to test Huo Yuhao and temper his character and willpower. Right now, the trial of the goddess of love has reached its final stage. However, there are significant changes in the plot. The creators chose to deviate from the original source. The first and biggest change: Tang San no longer beats Huo Yuhao. Let's look at what happened in the original, and then discuss what was changed in the anime. In the original novel, the one behind the Love Valley trial was none other than the God King Tang San himself. He wanted to test his future son-in-law, Huo Yuhao, and he did so in an extremely harsh way. Huo Yuhao faced the most brutal trial from Tang San. Yes, it's true, Huo Yuhao literally died hundreds of times. His trial took place in an endless golden courtyard. From afar, he saw a person covered in a faint bluish golden light. Huo Yuhao calmly asked, "Who are you, and what is my trial?" He began to examine the person using spiritual detection. Huo Yuhao even suspected that this might be an enemy, not an ally. But even with his powerful mental strength, Huo Yuhao could not sense the presence of this person. It was obvious. This was Tang San. A voice spoke, "Are you called Huo Yuhao?" This unknown man had a terrifying aura, but Huo Yuhao could tell from experience. The valley wouldn't give him an impossible challenge. The trial was called The Adventure of Sincerity. Tang San said, "You must fight me. Do your best to defeat me." Huo Yuhao was momentarily stunned. He did not expect to be placed in such a situation. The man didn't explain anything else. He just spoke of fighting. Yes, Tang San, at the level of a god king, personally tested Huo Yuhao and decided to fight him. The blue silhouette of Tang San suddenly moved. It had no special aura, but Huo Yuhao didn't know how to defend himself. The man was like a ball of air, as if he wasn't even there. A golden palm from the shadow struck Huo Yuhao square in the chest. The next moment, Huo Yuhao felt a terrifying aura pierce his heart and shatter the bones in his chest. At that moment, he clearly heard the cracking of all his bones, like a firework exploding. Hopelessness and death, that's all that remained. Huo Yuhao turned into a storm of blood and flesh that scattered in all directions. However, in that instant, a pure white light suddenly flashed, and Huo Yuhao's soul began to reassemble. Huo Yuhao reappeared in that vast courtyard after being shattered into pieces by a single palm strike, as if nothing had happened. He had died. His soul had been reassembled, and he was brought back to life. Wong Donghua and Wong Choer saw in the golden sky how one figure was repeatedly approaching another. But the first figure kept knocking the second away. Blood was constantly flowing from his body. Nevertheless, he continued to stubbornly get up and throw himself at the ghostly figure. Finally, the blue golden figure approached Huo Yuhao, and a shining trident appeared in his hand. Wong Donghua and Wong Choer were able to witness Huo Yuhao's trial. Together, they screamed. They had to decide who would die in order to save Huo Yuhao. Meanwhile, Huo Yuhao kept dying again and again, and being reassembled. He had even grown used to the feeling and kept fighting his terrifying opponent for longer and longer. This inhuman torture he endured was a form of tempering. Yet this tempering seemed to be making him stronger. Each time he experienced pain and tried to attack his terrifying opponent, Huo Yuhao could feel his mental resilience growing stronger and stronger. It wasn't a pleasant feeling, but Huo Yuhao could clearly sense his improvement. After some time, he reached the verge of collapse. He passed out, but Tang San didn't kill him this time. In that strange place, his wounds healed at an incredible speed. Huo Yuhao could clearly feel his shattered bones coming together again. When he finally rose from the ground, everything around him was empty. The blue golden figure had disappeared. Huo Yuhao was stunned. Experiencing this unforgettable ordeal should be enough to pass. His trial ended there. Why did Tang San kill Huo Yuhao hundreds of times and then bring him back to life? It's simple. To temper Huo Yuhao. It wasn't just torture. Tang San himself, while on the Douluo continent, went through a series of incredibly difficult trials, sacrificed himself, died for Xiao Wu, underwent the sea god's trials. All this helped him become who he is, the greatest of the gods in the divine realm. This would benefit Huo Yuhao as well, as a future son-in-law, if he wanted to be the husband of Tang Wutong. In the final stage of the trial, Tang San personally appeared, temporarily restored Huo Yuhao's legs so he could fight on equal footing, at least in appearance, and then brutally beat him, leaving him covered in blood. He literally killed him multiple times. It was this scene that Wong Donghua and Wong Choer witnessed, after which the goddess of love forced them to try to save Huo Yuhao at the cost of their own lives. But this episode no longer exists in the anime. Instead, Tang San calmly talks to Huo Yuhao, gives him advice, friendly pats him on the shoulder, and dissolves into golden light. The reason for this is simple. The anime creators deliberately tone down or remove harsh or controversial actions by Tang San to make him appear kinder, fairer, and more positive. In the original, Tang San, though a great hero, brutally beats Huo Yuhao, and this looks like a cruel test. It presents him as a stern but cold father, which could create a negative perception among viewers. Another change, the trial is turned into an ice labyrinth. Although Tang San is now cleansed of violence, Huo Yuhao still doesn't avoid a harsh trial. In the anime, he is sent into a mysterious space full of raging ice winds, glaciers, and piercing cold. Despite all efforts to escape, he only loses strength. If he doesn't find a way out in time, he will simply freeze to death. So the effect is the same. The character is placed in mortal danger, and the girls must make a fateful choice. As for Wong Choer, they also decided to avoid negative moments. In the original, during the final stage of the trial, Wong Choer did not look like an angel. She reveals the truth to Wong Donghua about why they look alike, and hints that she plans to take Huo Yuhao away from her. Moreover, in a life-and-death battle, she injures Wong Donghua with a spear. All of this made her a rather controversial character. But in the anime, it's portrayed differently. During the sisters' dialogue, they are being watched by the goddess of love. Apparently, Wong Choer starts having doubts and hesitation, and at that moment, she is engulfed by the energy of love. Pink streams enter her body, her eyes turn red, and a mark appears on her forehead. Clearly, from this point on, Wong Choer is under the control of the goddess. Therefore, any of her subsequent actions, whether injuries, words, or attacks, can be explained as external influence. So even if she injures Wong Donghua, it won't be her fault. We have to admit, this change in the plot is not entirely bad. The conflict remains, but the characters retain their positive image. According to the trial arranged by the goddess of love, Wong Donghua and Wong Choer must engage in a duel to the death. Only one can survive, and she will be the one to stay with Huo Yuhao. An intense battle begins. Wong Donghua dons a short blue dress, symbolizing the strength of the Clear Sky clan and her hammer. There's speculation that Wong Choer in turn will use her weapon, the golden armor. Wong Donghua decides to end her own life. In the trailer, we see that even after learning about Wong Choer's feelings for Huo Yuhao, Wong Donghua doesn't grow bitter. The battle between the two girls is not truly savage. They fight as equals, but neither wants to kill the other. It looks like an avoidance of the trial, and the goddess of love notices this. She then changes the rules. Now the girls must decide for themselves who will sacrifice herself to save Huo Yuhao. The one who commits suicide will truly die. She will save her beloved, but give him to her rival. At the moment when Wong Choer hesitates, Wong Donghua doesn't think twice. She immediately chooses death to save Huo Yuhao. In the end, she is brought back to life, but falls into a coma. When she wakes up, she will no longer be Wong Donghua, but Tang Wutong, her true identity. Wong Donghua as a separate character will disappear forever.